What's up, DCS crew? It is July 31st. Before I start with the video, I do want to say happy Friday to everybody. I hope you guys have had an excellent month. I really hope August is the start of a great rest of the year for you guys. We have gone through a lot during 2020. Unfortunately, I've had some relatives get sick. I have some relatives on the verge of passing. I've had coworkers that have actually, unfortunately, met their untimely demise recently. Things have been pretty hectic, from my standpoint. But there's a lot of blessings that I have and things that I can be thankful for. That have gone on recently. I have a new dog that has been added to the fray, a new pup that's been added to the group. I'm in good health, and I hope that you all are too. And I'm just trying my best to pass my blessings over to you guys. And hopefully with these videos, it's passed a little bit of time and giving you something to look forward to during this past month. So that being said, the last knife that I am going to go ahead and pocket for this pocket real estate video is something that is very near and dear to me. It's a knife that belonged to my father. And this hits home for me, and this is something that it's kind of one of those things that I'm never ever going to sell this particular knife, even though it's really a shadow of what it formerly was. So that being said, today's pocket real estate is from Benchmade, and it's this guy right here. Okay, you may have seen this particular Benchmade 555 on my my Instagram feed. I don't really post it too much because it's just one of those things that is just I don't know. I think that between all of the other knives and stuff that I have to carry, that sometimes when I carry something sentimental, I don't know. I just feel a little bit differently. Let me explain. So basically, my father was a mechanic. And he used to always carry, his toolbox in his truck, and he used to always have a Leatherman on him as well. He actually taught me about Leatherman, and I actually picked some up before he passed, and I actually EDC a Micra now as a result. I mean, Leatherman tools are fantastic. This was actually kind of sort of his knife, and in reality, it was actually this guy right here. For those of you who know a little bit about Benchmade's history, well, currently Benchmade uses S30V for their mini reptilian, okay? There were a couple of iterations before they started using 440C, but they actually ended up siding with 440C for a little while. And this version is actually different in the sense that the original knife had kind of this egg-shaped thumb hole, which I liked a lot. Actually, I actually liked it a lot better than the circular thumb hole that's very akin to the Spyderco knives. Okay, and when I got it, this blade was on the knife, and it actually had black handles. Okay, so what I did was back in November of 2016. Unfortunately, a little shortly after Thanksgiving, my father passed. It was an unexpected heart failure. They did what they could to revive him. The people at the hospital and the first response were fantastic, but I mean, it is what it is. When your time is near and it's your time to go, unfortunately, there's no excuse. Ask not for who the bell tolls for thee. It is what it is. I miss him every day, and I carry this and I keep this near to use around the house, in his memory. But basically, I got the knife. And, I saw that what it actually had, and it's funny, I bring this up, is it had a 440C blade, and it was partially serrated. It's actually partially serrated up here. And they were just like, I mean, it was torn up because, my father being a mechanic, he used his knife for all manner of shit, but he would never, he would never sharpen it. And I would sharpen it a few times and do what I could. But I mean, within a week, the thing was, straight damn near butter knife status. And he would, give it to me every now and again, and I would sharpen it for him whenever, I was down there in Miami, down in Florida. But I live in Georgia, so unfortunately, I couldn't see him that often. When he passed and I went down to Florida, there were a couple of things that I did keep that were keepsakes of his. I kept his wallet. I kept a chain that he would wear all the time. I kept his pocket knife, and there were a few other small things, you know, like t-shirts and stuff like that, that I know that he would wear on Christmas, that I wear every year on Christmas, you know, sentimental stuff. But I wanted to make sure that I had something that I could commemorate and I would carry, you know, and feel like, you know, Dad was always around. So I figured I'd take advantage of Benchmade's Live Sharp service. And what I did was, before I went ahead and I did that, I had bought a couple of extra spare parts and stuff on eBay from a guy who was selling just, you know, extra scales and all that stuff for mini griptilians. He actually sold some yellow ones, some black ones, and then a full pair of the green ones, and then some pocket clips and stuff. So I took the pair of green ones, I completely disassembled the griptilian, and I put it back together. So I actually got to see the ins and outs of this and the axis lock. And let me tell you, man, it was a pain in the ass to put this shit together, because I wasn't technically inclined back in the day. All right. So I put it together, and then I sent this out to Benchmade for their Live Sharp service. And I'm like, listen, this was my father's. I'd like to have this sharpened. You know, I know that this is the original 440C blade. If you choose to reblade this because it's, you know, beyond sharpening, or you feel that, you know, you need to upgrade it, please do me a favor and send me back the knife. So I went ahead and I sent it out. I sent it insured, and I made sure that you know, I knew when it was delivered and confirmed. It got there, and it spent about 3 weeks at Benchmade. And then one day while I was at work, you know, I was just doing work, a little message pops up from Benchmade saying that my knife was on its way, that I had a package on its way from Benchmade. So I got it back, and it came in this box, the Live Sharp box. And it was this knife, and it came back. And what they did was they put a 154 cm blade, because this was before they had upgraded to S30V. This was in very early 2017. And so they, you know, they gave me the standard, like the sheepsfoot blade with the thumb hole, because I told them, look, you know, if you can get me something that's comparable to what I have here with the oval thumb hole and everything like that, but just without serrations, if it needs to be rebladed, by all means. But please, if you can't, and, you know, you have to, you know, get rid of the blade and all that stuff, just send me back the knife. So what they did was they sent it back. It was good to go. You know, it was tuned pretty well. They gave me the deep carry pocket clip, and then what they did was they taped up the original blade, and they sent this back to me. You know, and they took care of this free of charge. Now, this hits home because it's like, this is my, you know, my dad used this. And, you know, these were the scales and stuff that belonged to it. It was actually a black mini griptilian. And then this is what it is now. And this is a one of one. I have yet to see somebody with an OD green pair of scales and the stonewashed sheepsfoot blade, the 555 blade. And I even went so far as to put the satin pocket clip. But if you notice, on the butterfly insignia for Benchmade, one thing that I did was I got a little bored one day, and I had been watching color fill videos for coloring in the inside of the insignias and the lettering and stuff for firearms. And as an example, just so I can show you what you could do, and this is my XDS, excuse me, my XD45 subcompact. Right here in the inside of the markings and stuff of the lettering, what you could do is actually put nail polish on there, let it sit for a little bit, and with nail polish cleaner, that's the non-acetone type, you can actually run it on the top, and then what happens is it'll take off the excess and just leave what's inside of the filling of the letters. So it would be essentially color filling. So I said, man, you know what? I wonder if I could do that with this. And so I ended up taking some OD green, some forest green nail polish I got like at the dollar store and stuff, and I put it in there, and I ended up putting basically color filling the insignia for the butterfly. So this is my Benchmade griptilian. It's basically a one of one. It's a 555 with 154 cm steel, just the standard sheepsfoot blade. Nothing, you know, out of this world, but it's probably so special to me that if I had to get rid of every other knife in my collection, I'd die before I parted with this guy, or actually with, you know, and the blade and stuff like that originally came in, because I feel like with this, my father's a part of me. My father's with me. you know. And so just to kind of give you a specs, you know, just size-wise, here's the Spyderco Pair 3. Here is the CJRB, the Feldspar. This is the small version. I'm sure I got another couple of small knives around here. Here's the ProTech SBR. That's George design. All right, what else? I got the little native right here from Spyderco. All right. Got the CJ, oh, actually, no, that's not the CJRB. There we go. The CJRB Centros from Dylan Mallory. And last but not least, this is the Civivi Dogma in blue G10 with D2 steel. So there you go, guys. Yeah, so this is one grip tilling that will probably never ever leave my collection. In fact, it won't. I have yet to even need the S30V upgrade, because I know that they've upgraded the steels, and if you send it in for a reblade, they will go ahead and put an S30V blade on here. I think it costs like 40 bucks. But the truth is, this is a great knife. The 154 cm on this it's always been good, and I see no reason to switch it. But yeah, this is what's going to be in my pocket today. You know, every now and then I'll wear this. In fact, there's definitely 2 days that I always wear this knife. One is February 20th, because my father was born February 20th of 1959. And the other day that I wear this is on Father's Day, because, you know, I want him to know that he's in my thoughts. He's always in my thoughts, but he's definitely, you know, in my thoughts on that day. So, you know, just a quick PSA, guys. You know, I know not everybody has the best relationship with their parents, but if you can, you know, and if you have access to them, you know, and you're getting a little older and so are they, chances are you've gotten a little wiser and you realize that they're not going to be around forever. So if you can, just, you know, even if it's just on my behalf, man, just, you know, wish them well, help them out one day, you know, give them a hug, do whatever, sit down and talk with them, do what you got to do. You know, it's very therapeutic. Trust me when I say, I wish I had more time with my dad, and I had enough time with him to know that, you know, he was not only my dad, but he was my best friend. And, you know, I keep this as a memento, and I get kind of emotional even just kind of thinking about it. You know, I didn't really do a video on this for a very long time, and I was thinking of doing one, and I've always kind of pussied out for it. And, you know, but it is what it is. So maybe I'll do another video of this a little bit more in depth. But in the meantime, I wanted you guys to go ahead and have something special to be able to go ahead and kick off the end of Pocket Real Estate for July. Who knows what July, you know, with the end of July going into August holds for me and for you guys. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, because I had a lot of stuff going on in August. There's a lot of birthdays and there's a lot of big events that I have to, you know, go ahead and make sure I put 100% of my energy into. You're still going to get your videos once a week at least, but I wanted to go ahead and give you guys something, at least during this whole pandemic phase, to just kind of look forward to. And just, like I said, if you're, you know, you're taking a dump in the bathroom, you got a little bit of something to watch. So thank you so much for putting up with all the craziness that has been going on with my channel, and putting up with me. And just remember, guys, no matter what you choose to carry, if you EDC, think of DCS. You guys have been great. I'm Carlos. I'm pooped. But this is going in my pocket today, so I got to let you go, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. You take care. Peace.